I have a question for you all, guys. Here, what emotions do you think these people are feeling? Take a look at the first picture. What emotion do you think these people are feeling?
Exciting or happy?
All right, they are happy.
Surprise.
Maybe they are surprised. Happiness, right? Good. Why not? How about picture B?
Hello.
How about picture B? What is she feeling? What emotion is she feeling?
Afraid. Fear.
Fear, right? She's scared. She's frightened of something. How about this little boy in picture C? Happiness too. All right, yeah, why not?
Happiness.
Why not? How about this little boy here looking at his soup, right?
Grumpy.
He's like
Grumpy.
grumpy. What is the meaning of grumpy? He's disgusted, right? He's feeling disgusted.
Disgust. Yes, yes.
Disgusted, or good. How about this picture? How is she feeling?
Sad. Very sad.
She's feeling sad. She's crying. She might be feeling depressed. How about this pic right here? How is he feeling? What emotion is he feeling? Hungry. No, I am hungry.
Hungry.
Oreo.
Angry.
Angry.
Yes,
You knew, right? Angry. Yeah, so take a look. We have some emotions right here, but take a look at the first exercise right here. And it's this small article here. So I need 6 different people to rate the 6 different types of emotions. So the first emotion is joy, anger, sadness, fear, surprise, and disgust, right? So there you go. Do you know that there are actually only 6 basic emotions that all humans experience and that we recognize by our facial expressions? The 6 emotions are the ones I just mentioned. So I want one person to read this for me. Well, not for me, for everyone. Who wants to read?
Me.
All right, this is Mr. Coronado.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Coronado, go ahead. Number 1, joy.
Joy. That wonderful feeling of happiness when you something bright a smile to your face. We all love and recognize this one. It's a motivator too. We keep doing things that make us feel happy.
All right, very good, Mister. Mister, remember the pronunciation of this word, recognize.
Recognize.
Yeah, recognize. Good, recognize. Yeah, very good. So we can say that joy is a synonym of happiness, right? Good. Joy is a synonym of happiness. Good, mister. How about anger? Another person.
Me.
Who said me? Let me check.
Me.
Wait.
Me.
Wait. Who's talking? Maria Bandera. All right. Miss Maria, go ahead. Anger.
When something goes wrong and you lose your temper, this emotion allows you to deal with difficult situations and not just run away.
Very good. Now, Miss, the pronunciation of this word. Lose. No, lose. All right? Lose. All right. When something goes wrong and you lose your temper. Very good, Miss. Good. So anger is when someone is angry. All right? Good. Number 3, sadness. Another person. Pava, Anthony. Good. Go ahead.
Okay. Often experienced when we lost someone or something important to us. If we see someone who's feeling sad, we may start to feel sad too.
Right. Very good. But again, mister, The pronunciation of this word, lose. Often experienced when we lose, right? Someone or
Okay,
something
lose.
important.
Okay.
By the way, very good the way you pronounce. It was beautiful the way you pronounce important with the nasal sound. Very good.
Thank you, teacher.
All right, but remember that you need also to do, I mean, you know, the tip I gave you on feeling, and you can also do it here. Well, number 4, fear. Who?
Me.
All right, Wendy.
Fear.
Wendy Castro. Go ahead, Miss Wendy.
Fear.
Yes.
This is probably the most basic emotion. We can experience this from a very early age, and it helps us to escape from danger.
Very good, Miss. Good, great. And how about surprise? Another person.
Me,
Wait, Cynthia. Go ahead.
surprise. When something unexpected happens, you raise
Race.
Race.
raise your eyebrows and actually open your eyes wider to help you see what is it.
What it is, all right? Now take a look at this, Miss. How do you pronounce this again?
Unexpected.
Unexpected.
Okay, unexpected.
Tet.
Tet.
Unexpected. Good.
Unexpected.
Great. That's the one. All right, now disgust. Another person. Disgust. Who wants to go over disgust?
Disgust.
All right. Christina, go ahead.
This is an important emotion that help our ancestors to survive. If you eat something disgusting or pues, ¿cómo se pronuncia eso? No sé.
Poisonous.
Poisonous. Your face warns others what has happened.
All right, very good. But remember, means that you need to pronounce well the ed words, right? The past form of the regular verbs. So this is an important motion that helped our ancestors, right? And here, your face warns others what has happened. So you need to try to emphasize a little bit on that, right? But it was good, very good. So we have joy, anger, sadness, fear, surprise, and disgust. Let's go back to the pictures. Now, what is this man? What emotion from the ones down here is this man feeling? Surprise.
Surprise.
How about this one, the girl? What is the emotion the girl is feeling? What is the emotion that the girl is feeling?
Fear.
Fear. The one that this little boy is feeling? How about letter C? Which emotion is he feeling?
Joy.
Oh, maybe joy. Good. How about this one? The little boy.
Angry.
Angry. You
Maybe.
sure?
This.
No. Disgust. Take a look at his face. All right. How about here? What emotion is she feeling?
Sadness.
Sadness. And how about him?
Angry.
All right. Anger.
Anger.
Very good, guys. Very good. So as you could see here, the way we express emotions are normally like either with words like the ones below. Take a look at these questions. What makes you angry or annoyed? What makes you angry or annoyed? I want you to take close care on. I want you to have, like to be focused on or to be concentrated on the words involved, like annoyed. What makes you angry or annoyed? Number 2, what sort of things do you find relaxing? Is there anything you are frightened of? What kind of things make you worried? Have you ever been really embarrassed? What makes you feel exhausted? What sort of things do you find confusing? And and do you find your job or life satisfying? As you can see here, all of these words, they have something in common. They are adjectives, and they finish in ing or ed, but they can be confusing sometimes. So let's see. I want a person, any of you, to answer this question to me. Question number 1. What makes you angry or annoyed? Guys, what makes you angry or annoyed? What makes you angry or annoyed?
When the things don't happen.
When things?
Don't happen.
All right, when things don't happen as you expected, right? Maybe, yeah, when things don't happen as you expected, then you feel angry and annoyed. Good. How about
When
2? Yes, Miss?
The first one
Yeah.
question. When I am hungry.
Oh, yes, when you're hungry, you feel angry and annoyed. Good. All right, number 2. What sorts of things do you find relaxing? Sorts of means kind of, right? Like type of. So what sorts of things do you find relaxing?
Listen to music.
Listening to music is relaxing. Yeah, it's a little relaxing. In my case, for example, yeah?
When I'm sleeping.
Oh, yeah, sleeping is super relaxing. How about
When I don't
Or
listen.
when I'm eating.
eating? Good. Who else?
When I listen nothing.
When I go to dance.
When I go to dance. That's something you can do throughout this lockdown. All right. Mister, you asked me, what is the meaning of? Sort of, right? Now, let me annotate it to you. Hang on. Let me write a little test here. And sort of is the same. Hang on. Let me do something here. All right. Is the same than kind of, right? So we can say in Spanish, it means clase de o tipo de. So there are some ways of saying this, like then we have sort of, we can also say kind of, we can say type, we can say type of, we can also say class of, right? So we have 4 different ways of expressing this idea, sort of, kind of, type of, class of, right? So in this case, ¿qué clase de cosas o qué tipo de cosas, right? Tú encuentras relajante. There you got it. What sort of things, what kinds of things, what types of things, what classes of things do you find relaxing, right? You can also do it like this. These 2 are the most popular one, or I would say these 2 are the more common, right? Kind and sort, both of them, right? Clear, mister?
Yes, teacher, thank you.
All right, let's continue. Is there anything you are frightened of?
Yes, roaches.
What? Seriously, miss? Come
Yes.
on. I mean, maybe all girls are like that. I don't know why, but mostly all girls are always like that, right? Who else? Tell me another one. Anything you are frightened of? Now, frightened means scared, right?
I'm afraid of the dark.
You are afraid of the dark. All right, good. So you are frightened of the dark, or you are scared of the dark. Very good. How about number 4? What kinds of things make you worried or make you feel worried?
When I have to do much homework.
Whenever you have to do much homework, yeah. Very good. And you don't know what to do when you feel worried because you don't know whether you can hand it in or not. You know, like turn it in. Like give it to the teacher or not. Good. 5. Have you ever been really embarrassed? I think you have, because you once told me. I think you have because you once gave me this. You once did an oral presentation on being embarrassed. You know. So number 6. What makes you feel exhausted? And this was good. What makes you feel exhausted, guys?
Stress.
The stress makes you feel exhausted. Good. What else?
Exercising.
Exercising. Working out in this case, right?
Okay.
Good. Good. Number 7. What sort of things do you find confusing? Like, are ing and ed adjectives confusing? Do you find them confusing? Like, do you know what is the difference between bored and boring? Sorry. Like, do you know what the difference between bored and bored is? Is this confusing for you?
Yes.
No. Esas
No?
dos no.
no, those two. All right. But there are some others. Why not? And well, what am I asking you this, guys? So what am I doing all of this? The thing is that I want to start today's class by explaining a little bit how to use the ing and ed adjectives. So let me go to, hang on. Let me show you, right? Let me show you today's class. Here. Oh, no, it's not here. Drive, level 4, unit 6. All right, here it is. Can you see my computer screen, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the first thing that we're going to do today, right? So adjectives ending in ed and ing. Sometimes we may find these sort of adjectives a little confusing. Why? Because they express different things, right? Now, let's see if you can get to understand them. I am not going to explain anything now. I want you to try to understand it, to understand their use by yourselves. So, take a look at this picture right here. We have a girl, and well, she seems to be very happy, right? So take a look at this right here, this exercise. It says, excited and excited. She is, because she got a new car.
Excited.
She's all right. You see, someone said exciting, someone said excited. Which one do you think it goes here? Excited or exciting?
Excited.
All right. Let me tell you that is excited, right? Now, can someone translate this?
Why?
All right, hang on. Can someone translate this sentence to me, please? She is excited
Ella está
because
como emocionada.
All right, ella
Ella está emocionada porque tiene un nuevo hogar.
Exacto. She is excited. Ella está emocionada, right? So take a look at what excited refers to. Excited is referring to something in a specific. Let's see if you can figure it out. Let's continue with our exercise. And then I'll give you, and at the end, I will tell you what the, like the use, how to use it itself. But I want you to try to figure it out by yourselves. Go ahead. Number 2. Bored and boring. They are
bored because the
movie is boring.
Because the movie is boring.
Very good. They are bored because the movie is boring. Now take a look. This is a very great example. Why? Because we are using the two words that may be confusing sometimes, right? So take a look. They are bored because the movie is boring. Bored is referring to something in a specific, and boring is referring to another thing in a specific, right? I'll let you know at the end. Let's see if you can figure it out. We have another example. Sorry, I already showed it to you. The meeting was so boring that all employees fell asleep, right? Again, can you understand the meaning or the idea, the intention of boring? Again here, they are bored because the movie is boring and the meeting was so boring that all employees fell asleep. I guess you now start to understand the main idea. Let's continue with another example. Here, take a look at the little girl. She seems to be looking up somewhere. I don't know where exactly. Maybe she's thinking on something. And then, bored and boring, one more time. She got
Boring.
bored.
Because
the book she was reading was really boring.
it's really boring.
Yes. And again, can you see the pattern? Hay un patrón aquí. Y creo que ya creo que deberían haber empezado a notar el patrón de cómo usar bored o ed y boring con ing, right? I'm going to go back. Yes, Miss Valentina.
Yo creo que es cuando hace referencia a los sentimientos, ¿cierto? Y termina en ing cuando es la causa de los sentimientos.
Beautiful, right? That is actually the reason. That is actually the reason of this. I will show it to you in a minute. Very good, Miss Valentina. Let's continue with another example so that we can reinforce what Valentina just said. Take a look at this man here. He's also in class, blah, 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 and then says, bored and boring. And again,
boring class.
Boring classes make students feel bored.
All right, and again, we are going to try to check out what Valentina said. Boring classes, the situation, right? What causes boredom? Lo que causa el aburrimiento, right? Makes a student feel bored, el sentimiento. Do you got it? So this is how we use ed and ing adjectives, right? Let's continue with more examples. Take a look at the girl. She has a lot of bills, a lot of things to pay, and take a look at her face. She's
Worried.
She's worried. So why worried and not worried? Because this is referring to the feeling. All right, good, the feeling. So she's worried because of these bills. Take a look at this girl here. She's, I can see very well, but I think that she's waving someone off here. Take a look at her finger right here. She's waving someone off, right?
Annoyed.
Yeah. So she is
Annoyed.
Annoyed because of the heavy traffic. Annoyed. Good. By the way, the action. Can you see her hand?
Yes.
Well, she's doing this thing with a finger, right? She's showing her finger. The way we say this in English is like this. It's a phrasal verb, right? Wave off. Right? It's a phrasal verb. Wave off. So I can say that she is waving someone off, right? Le está mostrando el dedo del medio a alguien. That's what she is doing, all right? So don't forget this.
No, María, el dedo no se ve.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's waving someone off. All right. So let's continue. Let's continue. Wave off. Don't forget it. Copy it out. There you go. We have this girl here, and then she's sleeping. Tired, right? Because again, it's the feeling. She's very tired because she worked very hard today. How about here? Take a look at the little boys crying. Here, they are really
disappointed
because it was a disappointing
game.
Good. So disappointed and disappointing. There. Let me eliminate the annotations. Okay, good. So they are really disappointed because it was a really disappointing game, right? Good. So can you see the difference, like how to use it?
Yes.
Very good. Let's continue here. Take a look at the little baby.
Bored.
He's bored.
He's bored
because the TV program is boring.
Excellent, right? He's bored because the TV program is boring. Very good, very good. How about here? Take a look at them. They are all
scared.
They are scared.
Scared because the movie is scary.
Now, this is an exception. This is an exception as is written here. In the case of a scary, we don't say scarying, right? We don't add ing because scary already tells you that the action that this is I would say that this is what is causing the feeling. All right, so that's why we say a scary movie. We say this. Yes.
And are there other exceptions?
Not so many, mister. They are like 2 or 3 maybe, right?
Okay.
But scary is one of them. Maybe if we change the word scary by the word we have in our book. Let me see in the question that says frightened. If you want to use the word frightened, right? Then in this case, then we would have to use the ing, right? So we say, let me frightening, right? So they are scared because the movie is frightening, right? Frightening. There you go. In case of this, because these 2 words are synonyms. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Let's continue. So this is the explanation, and this is what Miss Valentina was saying. So what is the rule? The rule is we use the ing adjectives, right, to describe a situation or a person or a thing, right? Exactly what Valentina says, the cause of the feeling, right? The cause of the feeling. And normally the verb be is translated like es o son into Spanish. Like the book is interesting. El libro es interesante. Aquí nosotros no decimos el libro está interesante. Well, maybe in Spanish we can do it, but in English we don't do it, right? We say it's interesting. So that's what the intention is. In the case of the adjectives, I mean, ending in ed, right? Then we have the description of the feeling caused by the ing feeling, right? So here, the verb is translated into están or está in Spanish. So the boy is interested. Está interesado. So take a look at the ending words in Spanish. Here we say interesante, ing, and ado, ed, right? So that's another way of seeing this. But the easiest actually, the easiest way to recognize this, is by knowing that the ing is the cause of the feeling and the ed is the feeling that the person feels, right? The sensation, the emotion that the person feels. Is that clear?
Teacher, yo tengo una pregunta. O sea, quiero que me explique algo.
Yes, Miss Noralis.
En la página 61, la parte de esos adjetivos que casi no los entendí.
Okay, Miss, but I'll teach you later on because that is lesson number 5.
Yes.
And we're in lesson number 6. So I will explain it to you later, not now. We are going to continue with this now, right? Do you have any question on this topic?
No.
All right. Then, Miss Noleris, later I'll let you know, I'll answer your question, all right? Then let's finish first today's class, and then I will answer your question, all right? Okay. So let's continue. So this was clear. Well, I'm happy because it was clear. So let's continue then. Now let's see. I want you to go one more time to, hang on. I want you to go one more time to your books, guys. Go to your books. Can you see my book, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to go to your books one more time. And this time, I want you to do the exercise C, this one right here. Take a look. Complete the sentences with the correct form of the adjective in exercise 2. This exercise right here, right? Remember to use ed or ing at the end. Like, for example, it is very frightening watching the news at the moment. I think there's going to be another war. All right. So number 2, one person only. I'm going to bed.
I'm exhausted.
I'm exhausted because I've been working late every night this week. Very good. Exhausted. Exhausted. Good. Let me see. No. All right. Exhausted. 3. My face went bright red when I realized what I said. It was really
embarrassing.
Embarrassing. Very good. Number 4. I love it when I see people enjoying the food I've cooked. I find it very
satisfied.
Happy.
Listen to yourself, miss. I find it very satisfied or satisfying.
Satisfying.
With ing?
No.
Satisfied.
I find it very satisfied or satisfying.
Satisfied.
Satisfying.
Satisfied.
Take a look. What do you find satisfied? Cooking or you? I repeat again. What do you find satisfying? Cooking or who feels satisfied? You.
Cooking.
So this is a situation. Is the cause of your satisfaction, right? So the answer is satisfying with ing. Because I mean, you're not speaking about yourself. You're speaking about the cause of your satisfaction, right?
Okay.
5. I don't understand the grammar. I'm completely
confused.
Confused.
Good. 6. I go to yoga every week because it makes me feel so relaxed. Good. Relaxed. Very good. Excellent. So these are the answers. Just take a look. Frightened, exhausted, embarrassing, satisfying, confused, and relaxed. Very good. Very good. So you need to try to work more on that. And as homework, you are going to do this. Take a look. Page 153, homework, page 153, and you're going to do the vocabulary that we have there. Also, ing and ed ed adjectives. All right. Not now. It's going to be for homework. Okay. So let's continue then, guys. Now, for the second part of today, we're going to have the following. Conditional. So conditional type 0 and conditional type 1. Now, before starting, let me ask you, how many conditionals are there, guys? How many conditionals are there? Do you know?
2 conditional, real and hypothetical.
All right, that's like the general division, right? Like real and hypothetical conditionals. Good, but there are more types, right? In general, there are 5 types of conditionals. They are conditional type 0, conditional type 1, conditional type 2, conditional type 3, and number 5, mixed conditional. Now, today we are going to work only on the first 2, conditional type 0 and conditional type 1. All right. Now, can somebody tell me what do we use, or can somebody know? Yes, can somebody tell me what do we use conditional type 0 for? What is the use of it? What do we use it for? Do you know, guys? Can somebody tell me? What do we use conditional type 0 for?
Yes, to use conditional, real conditional 0, we use present simple and simple present.
All right, that's the use, right? That's the use. That's like the grammar. But how do we use it for? Well, that's what we are going to see today, and we are going to see the differences between conditional type 0 and conditional type 1. One thing that you gotta take into account first is that we, when we use conditional type 0 and 1, we are speaking about something that means Miranda said, real conditions or real situations, right? So let's get down to it so I can, all right, so I can tell you and explain to you how it really works. So here it is, conditionals, and we have here, take a look, herbal remedies. Herbal remedies, there you go. So let's read this little test right here, and then as you can see right here, we have some words, or some phrases that are like highlighted. Then you're gonna tell me why they are highlighted, right? So I am going to read, and we are going to try to understand what the topic or what the whole thing is about. So herbal remedies. If people are sick, they go to a doctor. But some people also use herbal remedies for basic healthcare. For example, if you aren't sleeping well, you can drink chamomile tea. If you suffer from motion sickness, ginger settles your stomach. When you have a cold, you can add garlic to your food. Make a lavender compress when you have a headache. If you get a burn, try the juice of aloe plant. But if you take herbs, tell your doctor. Some herbs may interfere with other medicines, right? So take a look again. Here they are like giving recommendations, right? But can you tell me what happened? What I mean, like what all of these highlighted sentences or phrases are referring to? What are they referring to? What are these highlighted sentences referring to? Like, for example, if I say if people are sick, I mean, what is this telling me? What is this? Remember that when we, let me check it out here. When we use if at the beginning, well, I would say like in a sentence like this, the sentence immediately transforms into a condition, right? So take a look. Yes. This is a condition. Actually, all of this till doctor is a condition, right? So what type of conditional is this? Is this conditional type 1 or conditional type 0? What do you think?
Zero.
Zero, right? Because we're using here, this is present simple, and here, present simple, because that is the rule. The rule is that the grammar, when we use conditional type 0, we have to use present simple plus present simple. Good. How about here in the second one? If, one more time, is this a condition? Yes, it is. If you aren't sleeping well, you can drink chamomile tea. Is this conditional type 1 or conditional type 0?
1.
0. 0.
Why 0, miss?
Because, o sea, aquí el aren't. Ah, no. Sorry.
All right, this is conditional type 1, right? Normally, conditional type 1 may have resolution in the future, right? Yeah, it happens in the present, but the resolution may take place in the future, right? Like in this example, if you're not sleeping well, you can drink chamomile tea. Like if you drink chamomile tea, you can get better when? I mean, where? In the future, right? Now, again, here, is this a condition? Yes, it is. If you suffer from motion sickness, ginger settles your stomach. 0 or 1? 0, because we're using present simple and, sorry, present simple. How about here? When you have a cold, you can add garlic to your food.
Condition.
Which one? 0 or 1?
0.
1.
All right. Here we have present, and here we have, oh, sorry. And here we have the model, right? So yeah, you are right. How about, all right, here. When you have a head, no, hang on. Make a lavender compress when you have a headache. What type is this?
0.
All right. However, here we are like experiencing a different structure because we are using here imperative, right? Take a look. This is an imperative sentence, and we are accompanying this with a condition. We can also use it like that. Also, sometimes, guys, we can, instead of if, we can use when, like in these two examples right here. So when also introduces a condition sometimes, not all the time, right? Now, here, if you get a burn, here we have the condition. If you get a burn, try the use of a aloe plant. Again, we
0.
have here and
0.
here. We have again here the imperative form. So we have different types, right? We have so many different types. So let's go to the grammar itself. You understood the part. So take a look at this.
Una pregunta. Ay.
Yes. Yes, miss.
Se fue, póngalo de nuevo. Aquí donde dice, if you aren't sleeping well, ¿por qué es uno?
Why one? Well, as I repeat again.
O sea, yo estoy viendo aquí el libro y se supone que la gramática va con presente simple también. Y ese no es continuo.
This is continuous.
Él no va con presente simple, no. Que el uno va con presente simple también.
Yes, but the resolution of the conclusion, I mean, of the condition takes care, I would say like, will take place in the future, right? So the thing is that normalmente se usa con presente simple, como estás diciendo, Miss. Estás en todo lo correcto. Sin embargo, hay que tener en cuenta no solamente la parte de la condición, sino la parte de la resolución de dicha condición, es decir, el resultado. En el resultado aquí tenemos can, y can normalmente lo usamos en el segundo condicional, digo en el condicional tipo 1. ¿Por qué? Ya que
pero lo usan como could.
Ya, también. Te podemos usar can, could, might, may, and might, junto con will. Hay varias formas de hacerlo, ya te lo voy a mostrar en un momento. Por eso apenas estaba mostrándote eso, como para que ustedes identificaran. Pero ahora les muestro exactamente cómo usarlos. So, aquí a lo que se refiere es que esta condición de aquí tendrá una resolución o un resultado, no ahora, sino en el futuro. All right? So, conditional type 1. Now, I'll let you know in a minute how it works. So let's start first with with conditional type 0, right? Conditional type 0. What do we use conditional type 0 for? We use it for this, guys. For this right here. To speak about general truth. What is a general truth? A general truth is something that cannot be changed, or a reality that cannot be changed, right? For example, if your body temperature is above 98.6 degrees, well, this is like Fahrenheit, you have a fever, right? In our case, it's not 20, it's not 98, it would be like 38, right? 38 degrees, then you have a fever, right? Here, if people get sick, they sometimes try herbs. Or I have another example for you, like an easier example to understand. Let me write it. No, let me write it for you. If all right. As I'm saying, in conditional type 0, we speak about general truths, and general truths refer to a reality that cannot be changed. I mean, it's something that is always going to be the same, no matter how you want to change it. There's no possible way to change it because it's already it's always going to be like that. That's conditional type 0, and that's what general truths means or refers to. So take a look at this example I'm writing. If I hit ice, si yo caliento hielo, ¿qué pasa? ¿Se congela?
Se derrite.
¿Se congela? ¿Se congela? Imagina que yo tengo un hielo aquí on my hand. I have a block of ice in my hand, right? And then I fire it up. I heat it up. Does it get like, like chiller? Or it starts melting? Does it get cooler or colder? I mean, I don't know. Tell me, what do you think? It gets colder? Is this correct?
No.
No.
I mean, no se puede, ¿cierto? Ya que esta es una realidad que no se puede cambiar. Esto es algo que simplemente siempre va a ser así, ¿cierto? Si yo caliento hielo, ¿qué pasa? El hielo, the ice, melts, right? The ice melts. So if I heat ice, it melts. ¿Puedo yo cambiar este orden de ideas o esta acción de que si yo caliento el hielo, puede pasar algo diferente a derretirse? ¿Piensan ustedes que hay alguna posibilidad de que eso pase?
Pero yo puedo decir, por ejemplo, the ice will melt.
No.
Why?
Porque este es una, bueno, en el caso de que lo uses, si vas a usarlo en una condición, no se puede. ¿Por qué? Porque esto, como te digo, te estoy explicando, esto es una verdad general. Esto es una realidad que no se puede cambiar. Esto es algo que está así, estipulado, y así va a quedar, right? Entonces, yo como no puedo cambiar la idea, porque sería ir en contra de la física, de lo que sea, right? No podría cambiar de que if I heat ice, it melts. I mean, si yo caliento hielo, no va a pasar nada más que derretirse. No podría, que si yo caliento hielo, no podría colocarse o más frío o congelarse más. I mean, no. It's not going to happen, right? So, esto es algo que siempre va a pasar y va a quedar así. Es como lo usamos para hablar de hechos reales, right? Para hablar de hechos. So, normally, for this sort of sentences or those sort of situations, we use conditional type 0, right? Entonces,
pero si uno dice, por ejemplo, es que bueno, eso, o sea, eso es una regla que se cumple porque tiene que ser así, porque yo puedo decir, por ejemplo, que se derretirá.
But it makes no sense, mister. I mean, we're speaking in English, right? You are thinking in Spanish. But this is not the way we use it in English, all right? In English, we use it differently. I mean, I can say if I heat ice, it will melt. But it looks like, si yo digo it melts, pasa a lo que voy a explicar después. Y es que este tipo 0 es una realidad que no se puede cambiar. Pero el tipo 1 es una realidad que sí se puede cambiar. Y ahora se los explico. Entonces, ¿qué pasa si tú dices en este caso, it will melt? Pasa que das la intención de que la realidad de derretirse puede ser cambiable. Es decir, puede alterarse. Y algo más o algo diferente a derretirse puede o podría pasar. Eso es algo que en español nosotros no tenemos, no usamos mucho, realmente no le prestamos tanta atención. But in English, we have to use it like that. Because if you use it differently, the intention may be different. Right? De que es posible, pero de pronto, ¿qué le digo? En una historia, de pronto en una historia de fantasía donde cualquier cosa puede pasar, yo digo, no, pero si yo hago esto, normalmente a mí se me congelará. I mean, maybe, why not? Right? It can be used. But in real life, this is something that no, makes no sense, right? Any more questions, mister?
No, profe, no. Muchas gracias.
Realmente usamos, o sea, bueno, el semestre pasado nosotros usamos el real condition, pero solamente con el 1. Entonces, el 0 supongo que son cosas que van a pasar porque así está establecido y van a pasar. No es como que pueda que pase o pasará.
No, esta es una realidad, exacto. Como les estoy tratando de explicar, chicos. Sí, nosotros podemos dividir esto de cierta manera. Yo lo voy a hacer, pero lo voy a hacer en la próxima clase. No en esta clase porque la vamos a ver 0 y 1. Visualícenlo. Esto que le voy a decir lo voy a colocar yo en una diapositiva, pero visualicen lo que estoy intentando hacer. ¿Right? Hay 5 tipos de condicionales. Estos 5 tipos yo los voy a dividir en la mitad. Borremos el último, el 5 que sería el mixed. Entonces hay 4 tipos, ¿right? De momento nos interesan nada más esos 4. Entonces, 2 y 2, ¿cierto? 2 de este lado, 2 de este lado. Dividamos a la mitad. Como dijo Miss Jennifer antes, los primeros 2, es decir, el 0 y el 1, hablan de la realidad. o se refieren a algo real. Los otros dos se refieren a situaciones hipotéticas o imaginarias, cosas que no van a pasar. Pero el 0 y el 1, cosas que sí van a pasar, right? Pero ¿cuál es la diferencia entre ellos? Es la diferencia que estoy intentando mostrarles. El 0, como dice Jennifer ahora, se refiere a cosas que simplemente no se pueden cambiar. Cosas que ya están estipuladas, que van a ser así todo el tiempo. Por ejemplo, si yo, bueno, le estoy dando el ejemplo del hielo, le puedo dar el ejemplo de, a ver, de, ¿qué cosa? Por ejemplo, si yo salgo a la calle, un ejemplo, si yo salgo a la calle a las 12 del mediodía, en un día soleado, ¿qué pasa?
Pues va a sudar mucho o le va mucho.
Sudo, me quemo, right? Entonces, ¿hay alguna respuesta diferente a eso? No, right? Porque esa es la acción que produce estar bajo el sol, right? Entonces, a eso es a lo que me refiero. Como es un hecho, pues tenemos que usar la acción, tenemos que usar en este caso en inglés el condicional tipo 0, que habla acerca de aquellas realidades que no se pueden cambiar, que son verdades generales, que son hechos generales, no se va a cambiar, y que debe ser en inglés expresado por presente y presente, como ya ustedes lo habían dicho antes, right? Miss, ibas a decir algo, ¿no?
No, otro ejemplo que también está en el libro, me parece chévere, que si no le echas agua a las maticas, se mueren. O sea, tú no puedes decir, puede que se mueran porque obviamente se van a morir si no le echas. Entonces, por eso es 0.
Exacto. Ahora, ¿qué pasa? Un ejemplo parecido. Gracias por ese ejemplo, Miss. Si tú no comes, ¿qué te pasa?
Te vas a morir.
Te mueres. Pero mira lo que hace Anthony, o lo que hacemos nosotros, lo que hacemos normalmente. Nosotros usamos un futuro, estamos hablando en español, right? Y no confundan esas dos cosas. Inglés es una cosa, español es otra. En español, mire cómo dice Anthony, si yo no como me voy a morir, right? Normalmente sería me muero, pero si yo no como me voy a morir. Es posible decirlo en español, pero en inglés no tiene sentido. Y en inglés lo que está diciendo Anthony en español sería tipo 1, right? Is that clear, Mr. Anthony?
Sí, profe, sí. Todo
Okay,
bien.
So take a look. If people get sick, they sometimes try herbs, right? So si alguien se enferma, ¿qué va a pasar si alguien se enferma? Digo, hay solo pocas razones o solo pocas opciones que te puedes hacer si alguien se enferma. O te automedicas o vas al doctor. Right? ¿Cómo te puedes automedicar? Como por ejemplo, tomar esto que están haciendo aquí. Tomar hierbas o cosas así naturales. O tomar pastillas. O ir al doctor a ver lo que te pasa. Right? So, ¿puedo yo cambiar eso si me enfermo? I mean, no, I have to do it, right? If I want to leave, if I want to leave, if I want to be healthy, I have to do it, right? I can't change that. So this is conditional type 0. I repeat, conditional type 0 is used to speak about general truth, or in other words, to speak about unchangeable realities, right? Unchangeable reality. I'm gonna write this down here. Unchangeable reality, a reality that you cannot change, that is always going to be like this, all right? Now, can we continue?
Yes.
Okay. Something else that you gotta take into account is this part right here. When we use a condition, we have two parts, or the condition is divided in two parts. The first part, or normally the first part, is going to be the if clause. Why the if clause? Because it's the sentence or the phrase that begins with the word if. And normally, if is telling me that this is the condition, all right? So if is going to be the condition, the first part. I'm gonna write it down too. Test. So this part is the condition. Sorry. The condition, right? And then we have part 2. Part 2 is the result case, or you can also call it the consequence of the condition, right? So the consequence. The consequence of the condition, right? So then, again, we have 2 parts. We have the condition that starts with the if clause, with if. So if you say if you see a sentence with if, then you know that that is a condition, right? Because it has if. Then, in the second part, we have the result clause. That is actually the result of this condition, or the consequence of this condition, right? And when we start a sentence with the condition or the if clause, when you finish the if clause, you always need to write the following. If you miss this, guys, it's going to be incorrect. So when you start a sentence or a condition with the if clause, when you finish the if clause, you always have to write a comma. This is in the case of writing, right? In case of writing, you always have to use a comma. Now, let me ask you something. Can I invert these clauses or these 2 parts? Can I say, you have a fever if your body temperature is above 98.6 Fahrenheit degrees? I guess, yes. As you were saying, yes, you can do it. But what happens with the comma? The comma disappears. Why? Because in this case, if is going to be a connector between the result clause and the if clause. I mean the condition, the consequence and the condition. I will let you know, like, or let's do it straight away so you can see it. Let's do the example with the second example right here. So let me clear all drawings. Let me come here and do it. So, A sometimes try herbs if you get it. Take a look. I am not using comma in this example right here because if here is working as a connector between this part between, let me check it out. Let me see. I need a line. All right. Between this part right here and this part right here. There you got it. So hang on. When we start the sentence with the result clause, we don't use comma. But when we start the sentence with the if clause, we have to use comma. Is that right? Is that clear? Is that clear, guys?
Yes, Profe.
All right. So let's move on. Let's move on. So real conditional. This is, take a look, the same thing. So if people get sick, they try herbal remedies. This is what I was telling you. The result, I mean the condition, because we use if, and the result, right? And the comma. So as Ms. Miranda was saying, the structure normally happens, or the structure that we use here is normally present simple plus present simple. But sometimes, why not? Sometimes. Here we are having the combination. These are some exceptions, right? But this is not different to the one that I showed you at the beginning, because the other one had a modal verb, and when modal verbs are different. But take a look, use real conditionals for habits and things that happen again and again. So if I'm feeling sick, I eat more garlic. This is still conditional type 0, right? But what happens here? I am using the combination present simple, present progressive. If I were using the combination present progressive, modal verb or will, then it becomes another one, right? So don't forget this. The normal combination is simple present, simple present. Or a weird and not very common combination, present progressive and present simple, right? Don't forget that. Let's continue. Sometimes, as I said before, we use when. So when can often use we can often use when instead of if. So for example, if I have a sore throat, I then licorice root. When I have a sore throat, I take licorice root. Again, the intention is the same. The meaning is the same. So you can often use it. Hey, but this is normally with, this normally happens with the conditional type 0 and sometimes with conditional type 1. The rest of conditionals we don't use when, right? We normally use if and whether, that I will let you know later on. So let's continue. In the case of modals, we have following. If you aren't sleeping well, you can drink chamomile tea. If you get a burn, you might use aloe gel. This is conditional. What type of conditional is this, by the way? Let me ask you. What type of conditional is this?
First conditional.
First.
Then that's number 1. Why? Because then we're speaking about a resolution or a result or a consequence that is not going to take place now in the moment, but somewhere in the future, like in some moment in the future. So if you're in sleeping well, you can drink a motel. If you're in sleeping well now, if you drink this sometime in the future, you will drink better, right? And if you get a burn, you might use aloe gel, which means that if you get burned and you use that, you will feel better in the future or somewhere in the future, right? Or in some moment in the future. So this is why we use can and might. But the normal structure of the conditional type 1 is present simple plus future simple. I'm speaking about the normal structure, but you can also use modal verbs. Modal verbs like can, could, might, may. I'm gonna put a pound here because where's the pound? May, right? So this is the conditional type 1, right? Present simple plus future, and even if you can replace the future version, the version with will, you can use modal verbs like can, could, might, may, right? So can I continue?
Yes.
All right, let's continue that. Here I have some examples, so let's see how you do it, how you do them actually. So let me delete the annotations here. So for example here, I drink tea, may lower your blood sugar. How can you go ahead and write something here? How can be the answer?
If you drink green tea, you may lower
your blood sugar, right? Good, very good. Now, is that conditional type 0 or conditional type 1?
1.
Great. How about this one? I take ginkgo. Memory might improve.
If you take ginkgo, your memory might improve.
All right. So again, one or 0?
One.
Very good. Very good. How about 3? Use tea tree oil. Can heal skin problems.
If you use tea tree oil, you can heal skin problems.
Very good. Very good. And number 3? Oh. Take evening primrose.
If you take evening primrose oil, you could lower your
cholesterol. Good. Very good, right? Hey, you're doing a good job. So all of these sentences are conditional type? Wine. So if you drink tea, then you got it. If you take ginkgo, all of the sentences that you told me were correct. So very good. Is this part clear?
Yes.
All right. Let's continue. As in the first part, you realized, and I told you that sometimes we use imperatives. So you can use imperative in the result clause. So in the result clause, not in the condition clause, right? In the if clause. So take a look. If you take herbs, tell your doctor. If you have a headache, make a lavender compress, right? If you take herbs, take the doctor. Si tomas hierbas, dile a tu doctor, right? So you can normally use this, right? And we use this basically to give recommendation, because normally we use the imperative for commands and also for orders, but we can also use it for a third reason. And the third reason is recommendation, right? Suggestions. So when we use this along with a condition like this, then it tells us that this is a recommendation, right? Now, if you take this, hey, tell your doctor. You can listen. If you have a headache, make a lavender compress, right? There you go. This is also a different way of using suggestion by using a type of comparisons with imperative, with imperative form, only in the result clause or the consequences I told you, not in the if clause or the condition. All right, let's continue. Let's try to work on these examples right here. So take a look. With imperative or modals, take a look. Make conditional sentence with modals or imperatives. So we have here the problem, and here we have the remedy. So there you go. If you have insomnia, you can take a lavender bath. This is the first one, right? Insomnia, lavender bath. If you have insomnia, you can take a lavender bath. Now, number 2. Mild depression.
If you had mild depression, you should go to what?
Just worked. All right. Why not? Possible. How about cough and slippery on tea?
If you have cough, drink a slippery and tea, no sé.
All right, good. How about cold, echinacea? This one is a little difficult, so I show you the minutes so that you don't get like, you know. Take a look. If you have mild depression, you can take Dr. Johnson's word. You say should, but it's possible to miss. Why not? If you have a cough, drink slippery elm tea, and if you have a cold, you can take echinacea, right? Hey, very good. You're doing very good. How about here? So this is what I was telling you before, that you know that we can like exchange the positions between the if clause and the clause in the result clause. But the only difference is the comma, right? When we start with the if clause, we have comma, but when we exchange the position, then we have no comma, because if is actually working, as I told you before, as a sort of connector for both sentences, the result clause and the if clause, right? So here we don't use any comma. I have already explained this, so I can move on. Let's continue. Take a look. Use a comma between the two clauses only when if clause comes first. So for example, if you have motion sickness, this is the one I was telling you. This is correct, right? But is this correct here? The second one, is this fine?
No.
No, right? This is incorrect. Because I mean, you cannot use this part right here. So here, annotations, here, this is incorrect, right? Good. So let's try to work a little bit on these exercises to see if it's clear. So go. If you are nauseous, ginger settles your stomach. Ginger settles your stomach if you are nauseous. So try to change the direction of both, all right? How about number one?
Use aloe gel if you get a burn.
Great. Two. Make a lavender compress when you have a headache.
When you have a
headache,
make a lavender compress.
Great. And three, if you take herbs, tell your doctor.
Tell your doctor if you take herbs.
Very good, right? So you can just exchange it. And again, the most important part, that when we use this second version, we are not using the comma. I really want you not to forget this, please. If, no comma. If, in the middle, no comma. Here, no comma. But what happens with the number 2? Why am I using comma? Because remember that sometimes when can replace if. Can I just, and in the case when I use when in the middle, take a look. Do I use comma? No, I use no comma. Make a lavender compress when you have a headache, right? When you have a headache, make a lavender compress, right? Again, when I use in the middle, if or when, I use no comma. And when I use them at the beginning, I have to use comma. I think this was clear, wasn't it?
Yes.
All right, tag questions, wasn't it? All right. Very good, guys. So we can also use this in the negative form, right? So let's see some examples of how to use it. So if I drink sleep-around tea, I don't cough as much. Take a look. This is the negative form, but here in this example, I'm just using the negative form in the consequence or the result. But here, take a look. I'm using it in both. It's also possible, right? You can play with this. If I am not sleeping well, I don't drink coffee. So you can use it the way you want, the way you prefer. So how about this one? Try to do it. Try to do it. If you have a code, take a look. Complete the sentences with remedies used in your family or culture. So what do you do if you have a headache? If you have a headache, what?
If you have a headache, you should take a pill.
All right, you take a pill. You should take a pill. Good. How about number 2? When you can't sleep, what do you do when you can sleep?
You take a tea.
All right, when you can't sleep, you can take a tea, right? Good.
If you can sleep, you can see memes.
You can see memes. Why not? All right. 3. If you have a stomachache,
If you have a stomachache, mm,
Can
Teacher, también
drink
se puede utilizar como,
Profe, una pregunta.
también se puede colocar como consejo, ¿cierto? Por
Yeah.
ejemplo, if you have a stomachache, you shouldn't eat food, yo sé, o fast food, algo así.
You shouldn't eat fast food. I mean, yes, it's possible, but we normally use this kind of consejos, as you were saying, these recommendations, without using should. And instead, we use the imperative. So, if you have a headache, I mean, if you have a stomachache, don't eat fast food, right? So you need to use the imperative. Using should is possible. I'm not saying that it's impossible. It's possible, but it's not common, which is actually the idea that I'm trying to tell you, right? But you can also use it. You can also use it. That's why I told you, or I showed you the imperative form.
Okay.
Right. When you have the hiccups, what do you do?
Take a glass of water. Take a glass of water.
All right, take a glass of water. Whenever you whenever you have this, take a glass of water. That's it. So, hey guys, was this clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, very good. In this case, I want you to do as homework the following exercises. Take a look. Exercise 5. Vayan copiando para que después no se queden.
¿Qué página, disculpa?
This is page 69.
69.
Exercise, 69. Exercise 5. Exercise, let me see. All right, you need to listen, but here it is not necessary to listen. I want you to choose one by what you see, all right? This is a listening exercise, but you are not going to do it as a listening exercise. I want you to tell me what you think it is, if it's conditional type 1 or conditional type 0, all right? So for example, the first one here, if he shouts, he get angry, or I get angry, or I will get angry. Where do you think it goes? What do you think is the possible one? That's what I want you to do. And exercise number 7, this one. Okay. Can we continue?
7A.
7A only 7A. The next week we work on the listening, like you're going to do it with our listening. But next week we work on the listening to check it. And we do this listening part that is here. Okay, so let's then one more time try to cover the rules of conditional type 0. So conditional type 0, we use if or when, right? And we use the combination present simple plus present simple. Present simple in the if clause or the condition, and present simple in the result clause or the consequence, right? And we use this to talk about general or a specific situation or facts, or something that is always true, as I told you, unchangeable realities or general truths, right? In the case of conditional type 1, we can also use if or when, with the combination present simple or future simple. And as I told you, we can also use some modal verbs like might, could, may, can, so on and so forth, right? And we use it to talk about a general or a specific situation and the future. And I forget to tell you, so in conditional type 0, we speak about reality, and in 1, we also speak about reality. But as again here, this reality is to talk about an unchangeable reality, a reality that cannot be changed. But in conditional type 1, we speak about a changeable reality. I mean, a reality that we can change. And I forgot to give you the example that I wanted to give you. I will give it to you in a minute. Example of conditional type 1. So, if you study thank you. Take a look. Thank you, miss. If you study hard, you will pass the exam. This is conditional type 1. Now, let me ask you, is this reality changeable or not? Can I just change this reality? Can I easily change this reality? For example, if Mr. Pava, so you, if you don't study hard, what happens? You will fail the exam. Now, are these realities the same? Are these realities the same? If you study hard, you will pass the exam. If you don't study hard, you will fail the exam. Are these reality the same? Guys?
Yes.
Are they the same?
Pero va a ser, o sea, yo pienso que va a ser difícil determinar cuándo va a ser tipo 1 o tipo 0.
No, ¿por qué? Why, miss? Why do you think it's difficult?
O sea, yo sé que el 0 es cuando algo va a pasar porque va a pasar. Pero, o sea, si uno no estudia, o si no estudia fuerte.
Si uno no estudia, por ejemplo, y el examen es de 6 lo gana como
el
es.
examen y eso va porque va, lo pierde porque pierde si no estudia.
Exacto. Entonces,
mira
lo que va a pasar.
Hay personas que no estudian y le ganan y hay personas que estudian y
Verdad, profe, verdad.
Eso es lo que voy. Gracias por lo que dices, María. Miss Jennifer, lo que dice María es cierto. Puedes que tú no estudies, pero al mismo tiempo no es seguro de que pierdas. Porque puede de que quizás recuerdes en el momento o tengas mucha suerte y ganes el examen. ¿Ya? Entonces, no es algo que es un hecho de que así es, ¿right? Por eso digo entonces will, o puedo cambiar esto por cualquiera de los modal verbs que tenemos aquí. Might, could, can, may, ¿right? A lo que me refiero con que esta realidad es diferente o que se puede cambiar, de hecho, es porque si yo digo esto, si yo estudio o si tú estudias bastante, pasarás el examen. Porque normalmente si una persona estudia, pues no tendría problema con el examen, ¿cierto? A menos de que esa persona se bloquee en el examen por alguna razón y pierde el examen. Pero ojo, existe la posibilidad de que lo pierda, ¿right? Es decir, esto es una realidad que puede variar, no va a ser siempre igual. Ahora, ¿qué pasa si esta misma realidad yo la altero? Quiero alterarla, quiero cambiarla. Porque si yo estudio bastante, pues yo pasaré el examen. Pero ¿qué pasa si yo no estudio bastante? Pues yo perderé el examen, ¿right? Entonces, esta realidad de estudiar puede ser fácilmente cambiada por simplemente no estudiar, ¿right? Y la resolución, pues no va a ser la misma. La resolución va a ser diferente. Es por eso, chicos, que yo les estoy diciendo acá la diferencia de estos dos, right? Que sería entonces, el 0 es una realidad que no se puede cambiar y el 1 es una realidad que ustedes fácilmente pueden cambiar, dependiendo a lo que quieran decir o lo que vayan a hacer, right? Como en este caso. Entonces, si ustedes estudian, ustedes pasarán el semestre. Pero si ustedes no estudian, ¿qué pasa? ¿Qué es lo más probable que pase? Que pierdan el semestre. All right? That's what I mean to tell you by conditional type 1 and the difference towards conditional type 0. Is that clear?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So, this is it. Hang on, let me eliminate the annotations, creating our drawings. So, next class, because next class we are going to cover, I guess, I'm not sure, hypothetical conditional. So, 2 and 3. So next class, I am going to explain or re-explain all of them at the same time so that you can see the difference in one thing, all right? So don't worry. Today was clear, but next time, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be even clearer, all right? Because I'm going to show you the difference among all of them. So, one more thing to finish for today, guys, so we can finish today. And I want you to go to page number, let me see the page. What page? What page? This is page 70. Okay. Page 70. Well, this is here you have something, guys, that I would say I love, and I say I didn't have the chance to prove, that you take exams or quizzes on this. Take a look at here. We have something called multi-word verbs. In other words, they are phrasal verbs. Remember, I gave you a copy of the most common phrasal verbs, and they were like 600 phrasal verbs. Let me ask you, have you studied them? Have you studied those phrasal verbs? Have you studied those copies? Have you ever seen those copies? Well, remember I told you that you needed to. Yeah, this semester.
Sí, profe, pero no todas las copias.
Yeah,
sí
at least, but
no.
All right, that's great, that's good. The thing is that, as I told you, this semester, guys, you were supposed to start on them. And this is because on 5th and 6th level, you are going to find a lot of phrasal verbs and slangs and idiomatic expressions and stuff like this, right? So you need to get used to them. And well, as you can see right here, I am going to explain. I want you to try to do this exercise just to see whether you can understand or maybe whether you can like figure out what they mean, all right? And later, I am going to tell you, I'm going to explain you how to use phrasal verbs, right? And this is going to be the last part for today. Let's start. Match the following topics like clothes, computer, love, friendship with paragraph 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. And at the same time, you are going to tell me the meaning of each of the phrasal verbs involved. All right? So let's begin with the first one. I read and you tell me which of the topics they refer to and also the meaning of the phrasal verb. So take a look. Listen and read carefully so that you can get to understand. 1. I met my ex's boyfriend when he hit on me in a bar. We got off to a good start. We were together for 2 years and we were planning to settle down. Then I got bored and I gave up on him. All right. Which one do you think this one is? Clothes Computer or love and friendship?
Love.
Love and friendship.
Love and friendship. Good. And what do you think the meaning of hit on is? What do you think of hit on is? Again? What do you think according to the context? What do you think the meaning of hit on is? I met my... Yeah?
Me invitó para encontrarnos, puede ser como una cita o algo así, ¿no?
Kind of. You're close, but no. No. Another person.
Los perros.
Oh, there you got it. ¿Quién dijo?
Yo.
¿Y quién es yo?
Wendy.
Wendy, very good. Coloquialmente en español sería tirarle los perros, echarle los perros. So yes, my ex-boyfriend, I met my ex-boyfriend when he hit on me in a bar, cuando me echó los perros en un bar, right? So yeah, este es como flirt with, right? Flirt with. Flirt es como coquetear, flirtear, esa es una palabra que, eso es nuevo, eso no existía. Flirtear, flirt with. Echarle los perros a mister.
Vaya.
Hit on. And take a look at the use. You cannot use hit me on. You need, this phrasal verb is inseparable. It's always hit on me, all right?
Okay.
Let's continue. We got off to a good start. What do you mean? This is more, well, it's a phrasal verb because it begins like a phrasal verb, but it's more as an expression. Got off to a good start. What does it mean? Someone?
What?
Got off to a good start. What does it mean? What does it refers to in the meeting? I mean, in the test.
Yeah.
We got off to a good start. It's okay if you don't know. If you don't know, just tell me, teacher, I don't know, right? Or I don't have any idea. It's okay. Okay, so the expression get off to a good start means empezar con el pie derecho. So, tener un buen comienzo, empezar con el pie derecho. Comenzar con el pie derecho. All right, here it says, we were together for 2 years and then we were planning to settle down. What do you think settle down means? Any idea?
Como mudarse juntos.
All right, you got it. No exactamente eso, podría decirse eso, pero eso es como...
Sentar cabeza.
Sentar cabeza. Thank you very much. That's the idea. When you decide to start a family, when you decide to live with a person and have kids and start a family, right? That is to settle down. Ajuiciarse. There you get it. Then I got bored and I gave up on him. Gave up on him. So what is it? Yeah, what is give up?
Rendirse.
Rendirse. However, en este contexto lo que significa es como lo abandoné, right? Lo dejé. So que ya no me importó más y lo dejé, right? Me rendí, right? Good. Let's continue. Number 2. It's a bit confusing. It's a bit. What happens, miss?
No entendí lo de got off.
Got off. This one. This means empezar con el pie derecho. Y es una expresión, es todo esto. Get off to a good start.
Okay.
Y en el caso de el pie izquierdo sería get off to a bad start, en caso de empezar mal, right? Okay. So here, it's a bit confusing. You have got to scroll up and then click on the arrow icon. If you want, you can log off before you shut down. I like this. So what is the topic?
Computers.
Computers, yeah.
I know.
And what is the meaning of scrolling up? What is scrolling up?
I don't know.
All right.
Como actualizar la página o reiniciar el computador, no sé.
Don't invent. No, miss, it's not, right?
Oh, qué varillazo.
Hey.
Desplazar.
Now, scroll up is something you do every day with your cell phone. So take a look at my cell phone right here. Let me go to Facebook, right? Let me go to Facebook. So this is Facebook, right? This is Facebook. I think you can see it. Now, if I scroll, it means that I touch my screen and scroll up. I'm scrolling it up. All right? This is a scroll up. It means, now, this is a little complicated because when you scroll up, it means that you are going down. You understand that?
No. ¿Cómo sería entonces como pasar?
Subir y bajar, right? Pero en el caso de pronto, por ejemplo, en un computador o en un celular, pues en el computador tenemos la barrita que nos ayuda a subir y bajar, ¿cierto? En los celulares, pues con el dedo, ¿no? Esto significa scrolling. Pero, ojo, en este momento yo estoy scrolling up. Lo que se refiere a que, aunque yo estoy, aunque yo estoy yendo hacia arriba, realmente ¿para dónde estoy buscando?
Está subiendo para abajo.
Exactly, Mr. Anthony, estoy subiendo para abajo. Eso es, bueno, si entiendes de esa manera, si le entiendes de esa manera, está bien, esa es una buena lógica. Ahora, ¿cuál sería la otra manera? Que si yo quiero bajar para arriba, how do you say that? Sería lo inverso scroll up, sería
Scroll down.
Scroll down. There you go. You're so intelligent, my people. All right, good. Now, what is the meaning of click on? This is the easiest one. Click on. Just hacer clic en, ¿cierto? Este es el más fácil de todos. Hacer clic en el icono. Good. And you can log off before you can log off. I say that all the time. Guys, the session is about log off.
Conectarse.
No.
Desconectarse.
Good. Desconectarse de algo. So, imagínense que ustedes están entrando a su email, ¿cierto? Ustedes nunca dejan el email con la sesión abierta, ¿cierto? Porque eso es malo, pueden revisar toda la información. Entonces, ¿qué hacen ustedes cuando terminan? Se van a la parte de opciones y colocan cerrar sesión. Entonces, ¿cómo se dice cerrar sesión en inglés? Se dice log off. Ahora, hay otras maneras. Let me give you this. Let me give you the others. You can say log off. I'm sorry, just log. Log off. You can say log out. Son sinónimos, all right? You can say sign. Sorry, that was sing. Sign out. All right. Log off, log out, sign out are synonyms. Todos significan cerrar sesión. Ahora, ¿cómo sería si yo digo entrar la sesión? Es decir, empezar la sesión. Sería en este caso
Login.
log if. Si es log off, sería aquí log on. Si es log out, sería log in. Y si es sign out, sería sign in. Right? So, next Saturday, before starting the class, you have to log on, log in, or sign in so you can come here and start having the class, right? So these are the ways. So for log off, we have 3 versions: log off, log out, sign out. All right? Let's continue. Shut down.
Shut down.
Apagar, ¿qué?
Shut down, very good, is what you are going to do to your computers or your cell phones. No, maybe to your computers, your cell phones, you never shut them down, all right? Is turn off, right? Dejar de funcionar, apagarlo completamente. So, apagar. Very good. And the last topic is clothes. So, take a look. I love dressing up. So, when I tried on that purple suit, I thought it was perfect for my first day at work. I was so embarrassed when I arrived and the receptionist told me to take off my tie because everyone dresses down at the company. Now, I love dressing up. What is dress up? What do you think it means?
Vestir.
All right, yes, es vestir. Pero cuando decimos dress up, significa to dress, vestir elegante, right? Vestir elegante con un traje, de pronto para una fiesta, una entrevista, algo así, right? That's what dress up means. Vestir elegante, vestir de etiqueta. What is the meaning of try on? Try on.
Como probarse.
Great. Probar, en el caso de ropa. Es decir, cuando ustedes van a un lugar y ustedes se quieren probar un suéter o se quieren probar un jeans o un par de zapatos, esa acción de probarse, de ponérselos para ver cómo les queda, ustedes se llama try on. So I try on that purple suit, or I try on those shoes on. Es separable o inseparable, puedes, de ambos. Yo puedo decir, oh no, yo me probé esos zapatos y no me gustaron. I tried those shoes on and I didn't like them. I didn't like how they fit. So, try on, probarse. How about take off? Well, you know what that is, right? Remove, which is quitarse, una prenda. So, me quito la camisa, yeah, you take off your shirt, stuff like this. And now, how about here, dress down? Everyone dresses down at the company.
O sea, que no estaban vestidos de forma elegante.
Exactly. Si este es vestir formal, este sería vestir informal, right? So, casual. All right. So, you have new vocabulary now. Now we have another one here. Let me see here. Try, get on, shut down. And how about this one? Take a look. Get along. I get along really well with Simon. What is the meaning of getting along? Ese sí se lo saben, porque se lo usan todo el tiempo.
Llevarse bien.
Llevarse bien con.
Okay.
Llevarse bien con. Get along. So, guys, I am going to explain actually. Now, where is it? I just got lost. Hang on. Okay. You cannot see my screen, I think. Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the last part. And as you were doing good. I mean, from the context, you were like learning how to use phrasal verbs. The first thing that you need to use when it comes to phrasal verbs is that you need to learn them by heart. You need to memorize them because there's no way, or well, sometimes there are ways like you can understand them by the context, but as they are very difficult and different from the words in Spanish, then we don't know what they mean, right? So we need to know when to use them and what they mean. And also sometimes phrasal verbs are a little difficult when it comes to meanings, because one phrasal verb may have many meanings, right? May have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 meanings, different meanings, right? And all of those meanings may be used in different situations. So this is a difficult topic, but it's difficult because you need to memorize them, right? If you memorize this, or if you take this topic as vocabulary and you learn the phrasal verb and all the versions of the phrasal verb, and then you put them into context in the right situation, then you need, you can learn how to use it. But the grammar of phrasal verbs is not very difficult. Actually, we have phrasal verbs like this, and phrasal verbs are just the combination of 2 or 3 particles, right? 2 or 3 particles. As you can see, we have here 2 words, right? We have one word, and here another word, and that is what makes a phrasal verb. Phrasal verb is not, a phrasal verb is never one word. It's always going to be 2 or 3 words, right? With one meaning or different meanings, right? So this is it. Since you started learning English, you know how to use this, right? So he woke up at 6:30 a.m. So wake up is a phrasal verb, and we have here the combination of a verb, normally a verb, and a particle. The particle can be a preposition or sometimes an adverb, right? I'll show you in a minute. So here is, he woke up at 6:30 a.m., right? He woke up here. Now, strangers woke him up. Él se despertó a las 6:30. Versus los extraños lo despertaron, right? Now, something that you gotta take into account is that phrasal verbs, there are 3 types of phrasal verbs. They are separable, like in this example, like you can separate the 2 words. That's what I mean by separable, that the 2 words, the verb and the particle, can be separated, right? And like something comes in between them, like in these 2 cases, take a look. The verb and the particle are separated by him. So separable, inseparable, like in the example I told you a couple of minutes ago, it was heat on, that heat on is, is always united. You cannot separate it, right? Heat on. And then we have the three particle phrasal verbs. And the 3 particle phrasal verbs are never separable. They are always inseparable. I'll give you some examples now. So let's see right over here. Take a look. The particle looks like the preposition, but it doesn't function as a preposition. All right, so this is the particle. It looks like a preposition, but it does not function as a preposition, which means is that despertarse para arriba, it means abrir los ojos, right? Despertarse. That's what it means. So that's what it means. Sometimes phrasal verbs, they have a different meaning. Pero también hay 2 tipos de phrasal verbs extra. Bueno, no son phrasal verbs. Se pueden llamar prepositional verbs and phrasal verbs. ¿Cuáles son los prepositional verbs? Son aquellos que nosotros podemos identificar solamente con verlos. Es decir, que la raíz del verbo como tal no cambia, o el significado del verbo no cambia. De hecho, solamente le añade un significado extra según la preposición que se use o la partícula que se use. Por ejemplo, particles are part of the verb and they often change the meaning of the verb. For example, ¿qué significa la palabra look? ¿Qué me puede decir? What is the meaning of the verb look?
Mirar.
All right. Y si yo digo, por ejemplo, aquí, look up, ¿qué crees que significa? All right. Exacto. Esto no es un phrasal verb. Esto es o es otro tipo, como tal. Este sería un prepositional verb. ¿Y por qué un prepositional verb? Porque la preposición solamente le está dando información extra a el significado del verbo como tal. O sea, yo miro, pero miro ¿para dónde? Para arriba, right? He looked up at the skyscraper. That's what he's doing, right? Pero los phrasal verbs son algo diferente. Los phrasal verbs cambian el significado del verbo completamente. So, for example, aquí tenemos, she looked up a word in her dictionary. ¿Qué significa look up aquí?
Buscando.
¿Mirar para arriba también? No. Aquí look up no es un prepositional verb. Aquí look up es un phrasal verb. Y la partícula le está cambiando el sentido o el significado completamente al verbo. Y ya deja de significar mirar, sino buscar, ya sea en un libro, diccionario, en un teléfono, en un computador, ya sea una palabra, un archivo o lo que sea, right? Look up tiene un significado extra. Y ese es llamar o también visitar, right? Pero como les digo, eso depende de la situación. Este es el significado más común. Look up meaning searching for something, or in this case, searching information, all right? So, this is the preposition here, that's why the prepositional verb, and here, game preposition, but this particle changes the meaning of the main verb. So, let me delete my annotations. Wait, here it is. So, many phrasal verbs are one-word verbs, have similar meanings. Take a look. So, wake up is the same as saying awaken. So, despertarse. This is despertarse, right? Here, go on means continue. Take off means, take a look again. It says here remove, and then take off means remove. So phrasal verbs less formal. This is something that you gotta take into account for sure. Sometimes, no, not all the time, not all the time. But most of the time, phrasal verbs have a one-word verb that have a similar meaning, just like in these cases. But the one-word verb is more formal than the phrasal verb. The phrasal verb is more informal, and we normally use for common, for an informal speech in an everyday life, right? So for example, if you're speaking to your friends, you can use phrasal verbs. If you're speaking to your mother and your father, you can use phrasal verbs, right? But if you're speaking to your boss, for example, you are not supposed to use phrasal verbs. Instead, you should use one-word meanings. But that doesn't mean that that happens all the time. No, most of the time, because also there are some words, some phrasal verbs that are formal. For example, carry out. Let me write it for you. Let me write it to you. This is a formal phrasal verb, right? And what is the meaning of carry out? It means perform, realizar, right? Significa realizar, llevar a cabo. So carry out is a very formal phrasal verb. They are so little. There are few phrasal verbs that are formal, because not in general they are considered informal. All right. So remember, informal, formal, and this one is an exception. Formal. Okay, let's continue. Let me see, what time is it? All right, we're almost done. Transitive phrasal verbs have objects, and most transitive phrasal verbs are separable. Déjenme preguntarles, chicos, ¿saben ustedes qué es un verbo transitivo? Do you know what a transitive verb is?
No.
Yo no.
No.
All right. If I say I love you, right? ¿Será este un verbo transitivo o no? Let's see. El sujeto realiza la acción, ¿cierto? Love es la acción. Aquí hay una transición, ¿cierto? Hasta el momento, este es quien realiza la acción. La persona que realiza esta acción. Pero luego, ¿cómo sé yo si es transitivo o no? Si la acción recae sobre una persona o una cosa, el verbo se vuelve transitivo. Right? Entonces, I love you. Este verbo es transitivo. ¿Por qué? Porque la acción love que está siendo realizada por esta persona está siendo recibida por otra persona. Es decir, hay una transición de aquí hasta aquí, right? Es a transitive verb. Los phrasal verbs son verbos también, solamente que verbos de 2 o 3 partículas. Y los phrasal verbs transitivos, como lo dice aquí, la mayoría del tiempo suelen ser separables. Es decir, take a look. He called up his boss to tell him he had overslept. He called up. ¿Qué significa call? Call significa llamar, de manera general, como sea, right? ¿Qué significa called up? Significa llamar también, pero específicamente por un teléfono fijo. Alright? Take a look. Called up. Usando el landline. Usando un teléfono fijo. Right? So he called up his boss to tell him he had a sleepover. Aquí yo no estoy usando, hace un momento les acabo de decir que, hace un momento les dije que los verbos separables son aquellos que separan el verbo de la partícula y viene y colocan algo en el medio, ¿cierto? En este momento no estamos usando este verbo como un verbo separable, pero dice que normalmente sí puede ser un verbo separable. Entonces, aquí está el sujeto que realiza la acción y esta acción la recibe otra persona. Es decir, sujeto, verbo, objeto. Right? Los verbos transitivos son aquellos que pueden usar un objeto. Ahora, dicen que son separables, lo cual quiere decir que yo puedo separar el verbo de la partícula y metiendo el objeto entre el verbo y la partícula. Es decir, de la siguiente forma. Y esta es la manera que quizás es mucho más natural, mucho más, como les digo, común de usar, right? No esta manera, sino esta. Eso sí, pueden usar la que ustedes quieran, o esta, right? So, he called up his boss to tell him he had overslept, and he called his boss up. It sounds great, right? He called his boss up to tell him he had overslept, right? The same thing, right? He called his boss up. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. So these are transitive verbs. The object, take a look here, the object comes afterward, like in the normal form. And here, in the separable form, the object comes in between the verb and the particle. Don't forget that. All right, let's continue. The object can come after the phrasal verb or between the phrasal verb and the particle. Like in the similar example, at the last minute, the bride called off the wedding. ¿Qué significa called off? ¿Qué significa call? Llamar. ¿Y qué significa call off? ¿Quién me puede decir? Who could tell me the meaning? ¿Quién podría decirme el significado de call off?
Cancelar.
Cancelar. So, al último minuto, la novia canceló el matrimonio. So, la boda. There you go. No wedding, object. So, again, you can do the same. This is also a separable verb, right? Because it's transitive. Bride called off the bride, the object. So, at the last minute, the bride called the wedding off. You can also do it, right? See again? The object comes in between the verb and the particle. Now, let's continue. When the object is a pronoun, it must come between the verb and the particle. This is something that you gotta be careful with all the time. Hay excepciones, como en el caso de hit on, right? Hay verbos que son meramente inseparables y cuando son de esa manera, pues listo, pasa la excepción. Pero la mayoría del tiempo, cuando ustedes vean esto, cuando el objeto o la persona o la cosa que recibe la acción la están expresando usando un pronombre objeto, en este caso me, you, him, her, it, us, them, el pronombre objeto nunca va a ir como de esta manera. Pues les acabo de decir que called up, right? Take a look. Called up, ¿cierto? Puede ser transitivo, así que se puede usar de esta manera o de esta manera, right? his boss, pero aquí el objeto lo estoy usando de manera normal, no estoy usando un pronombre, solamente un sustantivo. Pero en el caso de usar un pronombre, en este caso un pronombre objeto, un amigo la llamó al trabajo, right? A friend called up here at work. Esto está incorrecto, porque estoy usando un pronombre objeto. Y normalmente los pronombres objetos van siempre, van normalmente, o la mayoría de las veces, ¿dónde? Aquí, en la mitad de el sujeto del verbo y la partícula. Es decir, que esa oración está incorrecta, y la manera correcta de decir esa oración sería a friend called her up at work, right? Esto pasa cuando tenemos un pronombre, cuando reemplazamos el objeto por un pronombre. Pues no podemos usarlo así de esta manera, sino así. Pero ojo, ojo, repito nuevamente, eso no pasa todo el tiempo porque siempre va a haber excepciones. Una excepción es la que ya vimos, el verbo hit on, ¿recuerda? So, she hit on me. Según la regla, este ejemplo, ella me echó los perros, un ejemplo, ella me estaba coqueteando. Este ejemplo, según esta regla que está aquí, me no podría ir allí. Por el contrario, me debería ir hit me on, right? De esta manera. Pero ¿qué pasa? Repito, hay excepciones. ¿Y cómo aprenden las excepciones? Pues tienen que investigar, porque esto es, como les digo nuevamente, esto es vocabulario. Tienen que aprenderse el phrasal verb, si es separable, si es inseparable, right? Si puedes usar el pronombre de esta manera y los significados. Por eso son difíciles los phrasal verbs, porque tienes que aprender muchas cosas, incluso cómo usarlo en contexto, right? Entonces, esta es una opción, pero la mayoría del tiempo, estas son excepciones. Por cierto, son pocas las excepciones que van a encontrar de esta forma, como hit on, pero en el caso de la mayoría del tiempo, va a suceder de esta forma. Si usan o si reemplazan el objeto por un pronombre objeto, el pronombre objeto va a ir la mayoría de las veces entre el verbo y la partícula, que forma el phrasal verb. Is that clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay. We are just about to finish, so take a look here. These are the three different ways, right? The baby wakes up the parents. The baby often wakes the parents up or wakes them up. ¿Con quién me refiero a them? Me refiero a los padres. So here. Let me see. I want you to do this as homework, guys, because we don't have much time now. So I want you to do this as homework. For next time, les voy a preguntar, right? Las oraciones, así como el ejemplo. Van a hacer 3 oraciones iguales usando las maneras diferentes. Es decir, wake up, transitivo, pero manera unida, de manera separable, y usando el objeto, right? Con cada uno de estos phrasal verbs que están aquí. Pick out, que significa select. Figure out, que significa resolver. Handing, que significa entregar. Take off, quitar. Make up, crear. Let down. I forgot how to say that.
Decepcionar.
Thank you. I have forgotten how to say disappoint. Decepcionar. Okay. So, is that clear? For
Yes.
next, all right.
Yes.
That's gonna be the homework, all right? So the homework is the exercises in the book. The exercises in page 153. Let me check it out.
Yes. 53.
Let me look for it, miss. All right, 53. Si pueden hacer, hagan la 153 completa. El ejercicio 1 y el ejercicio también 1. The ones from the adjectives and the one from the phrasal verbs, the multiple verbs, right? The multiple verbs.
¿Qué página? Perdón.
153, para que vayan practicando. Okay. Y me van a presentar Esto la próxima semana yo voy a hacer las preguntas de cómo con cada uno de estos phrasal verbs van a hacer una oración, la que ustedes deseen, de esta manera siguiente el ejemplo que está aquí. Hasta aquí vamos a dejar hoy, right? We're going to stop here.
Los 6 phrasal verbs se pueden hacer de esa forma, ¿cierto?
¿Cómo dice,
De las
Miss?
3 formas.
¿Cómo?
Que los 6 phrasal verbs se pueden hacer de las 3 formas.
Sí. Yeah, they are separable. So you can use it like this. El punto es que la hagan de las 3 maneras.
Esa
Yeah?
tarea es para el sábado, ¿cierto?
Yes, next
Para el
Saturday.
viernes.
Yeah, next Saturday. Próximo sábado, next Saturday. Is that clear?
Yes.